first company. Then came Africell. I think they should visit their antennas, check all the antennas that have erected, and see if the conductor is still there or not, because the conductor leaves after many years, because it has happened to us in the VHF after 10 years. I remember I have met Bakari working on transmitter whole day. And I stopped to say, Bakari, what is wrong here? He said, oh, well, whenever I tune my antenna, it drops down. I said, test your bass meter on forward. And he put it, and he said, oh, yes. I said, put it reflected. He put it reflected, and he said, I said, your forward and your backward is the same. That means to say you have a problem on the antenna. Bring the antenna down. The antenna was brought down, and we found that the conductor has already left the cable has already left the antenna. So this was why he was tuning, and he was having all this problem, and the stations were going on and off. You are talking, and you are getting distortion, you are getting stoppages and all these things. So antennas are very important factors in any radio installation in this country. And I am urging all the companies to revisit their antennas. If they have a proper test gear, they should put it across the equipment and the antenna and see. Or to get their riggers to go upstairs and
look at
the antennas. That is our problem here.
So the antennas, the conductors are fixed to the antennas.
Are living out
and
after 10 years.
Yes, after 10 years they can leave. So it's a matter of you going to make sure that they're well attached.
That's right. That's right. That's our problem here, and nothing else. And I can certain that through experience, I've seen it, I've done it, I have worked on it. So this is our problem.
Have you ever tried to talk to any of these companies and allay those fears to them and say, well, this is what I...
Oh, Malik, you see, the people on top are difficult to get at. That is why you have availed me the opportunity to be able to explain this. I am a watchdog to both sea, both fishing trawlers and so on the marine line, on the marine VHF line, they all share on fishing lines. You know, you can hear them talking whole night. You
have touched on a very salient point there. You've just come into the idea of the marine now. I am yet to be corrected, but I think there's a lot of foreign poaching on our waters. Do you hear their communications?
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. You know, oh yes, why not? You know, they all come on the marine band. They all come on the marine band, 18 megahertz. They all come on the 18 megahertz because that is the communication meter band in which if they have difficulty, they can call each other and so on. You know, oh yes, you hear them. You can hear them distinctly talking Chinese, Japanese, English, and everything. You hear them during the night talking.
You listen into them?
No, I listen network all over the night. All over the night. My job was to listen for signals throughout the night when I was a radio officer, when people are sleeping, just like the Titanic, you know. You know, because you can hear some little comment that when the Titanic was calling some other station, nearby station, some of the stations were already shut down because there was no very much radio station that goes for 24 hours. But now it goes for 24 hours, so that you can catch hold of the nearest station.
You say you're a telecommunications watchdog. Meaning that you have radio gear and you can listen to what is going on in the waves.
Yeah, you only listen from the marine band. You only need a VHF radio from the marine band, apart from your radio amateur, you know, the other frequencies. You only need those equipment to listen at them.
So if I wanted to listen to somebody, I think, is poaching on the water. All I need to have is a radio
It's a
set
marine
with a
radio, that's all.
a marine radio.
The GP had that. I don't know. It was very active, but I don't even hear them now. I don't know whether it's still there, but they used to be very active with that marine radio.
Kai Malik Sose, a 78-year-old, retired as Senior Superintendent Telecommunication Engineering. I wish we had enough time, but let me just ask you one question before I shift very quickly to your other skill as a writer. What is the future of telecommunications in the country?
Well, the future of telecommunication in the country is still bright, depending on improvement on the system, because I understand this fiber optic is coming in.
And the digital, will move into a digital.
But that does not save us from our mobile station, because our mobile station goes to the remotest areas which the fiber optic did not reach. You know, so that means to say they have to improve their system properly, because they are fed by repeaters, you know, boosters and all that, antennas here and there, so you can hear some people, we are not hearing Gamtel. It's because they must have an antenna on that area, you see. So these things are feeding on other different factors of communication. It different from the digital system, whereby you feed to the fiber optic or any other thing, and then the communication is superb. It's a different factor. So there must be improvement in the system, in all systems in the Gambia. Let the technician work very hard, revisit their antennas constantly, although it takes only 10 years. If you replace your conductor properly done, it takes another 10 years before it is being ruined. Yes.
Let me turn now. I wish we have enough time to look at your writing, the other side of Alaji Bekai Sose, which is your skill at writing. I have here with me 5 copies of books that you have written yourself. You wrote your own autobiography. You wrote a professional career guide in engineering. You wrote the story of Manding, Madu, Ndey, and Senegambia. You wrote the Gambia Travel and Tourist Attraction and Islamic Literature. You're a man of practical substance, but here again, you've got a literary, some sort of literary genius in you. What got you into writing as well?
Oh, you see, it was a long time when I started writing my autobiography in 1962, when I was posted in the province, despite my 10 years of operation on board the ship in the River Gambia. I was posted as a technical officer in the province in 1962, and I was manning the whole provincial network from Kerewan to Fatoto. There and then, you know, after work, you find it is very lonesome. So I thought of taking up writing in 1962. I started my autobiography, being geared by Nkrumah and his biography and other writers, you know. So I started my biography, which did not complete until in the very late 90s. And after the biography, I thought of writing another book that was the professional career guide, to gather all that I know, you know, so that other people can benefit it, and it can be taught in schools so that younger generation can choose careers before they leave school. This was what must have prompted me to write the professional guide. And there you have 12 disciplines. You have aerodynamics, engineering from its concept. You have navigation, which I was interested while traveling to work firsthand with first officers to learn a little bit of navigation. I worked with mechanical engineers in workshops the whole night to have a bit of what they have doing. So gathering all those experiences, I was able to write this, and radio surveying, which I have done many a times, which the experts expatriate from England. We have worked together in the colonial days. I've worked 12 years in the colonial days before independence, and I've worked 2